To bring my followers into Wu Sabat took me many more years than anticipated. From 1963, back to 1953, on up to 1973, then 1983. I had to create so many schools just to reach my own people. On June 26, 1993, as the United New Wapian Nation, a retained sovereign people 1993 and 1999 AD, with self-determination. When I say my own people, I mean Africans, and others who are ready to face and accept the words, the actual facts. Those who accept who they are, what they became and their purpose. Wu Sabat is our culture and animism is our zom, religion, opinion. Animism is from Latin anima, soul, the opinion that all life is produced by spiritual force, all natural phenomena have spirit, Latin, spirit, breathe. Our purpose, if you mean here on this planet, that is one thing. And if you mean as a living being, that is another. I will say this, I came to clean my own, inside out and outside inward so they can be transported home to Sirius, and or Orion, which I taught as Ilion. Quran 83:18-19, regardless, verily, the scripture ledger of the righteous is in Ilion. And what shall make you perceive what Ilion is? Quran 34:4, these are those of you for then will be forgiveness and a generous place, rizq. You see for 6,000 years our people have been under a kind of hypnotic spell of sleep, a zombie state of mind in order to be used as chattel. Chattel is the same as cattle. They are cows, sheep, bulls, steers and oxen and all farm animals. Even man is a form of stock, calves, herd called firstlings of a flock. We are animals, that is an actual fact to the beings that came to the planet to hunt and shop for food, as well as for minerals and resources. I came to remove the hypnotic spell of amnesia on my people cast over them 6,000 years ago by flesh-eating extraterrestrials who pretend to be divine or God, deity over a form of mental enslavement called faith, belief in religious opinions. The religions taught to us over the years as found in the Bible and Quran is a trick. That is the actual fact. And that state of mind while in blind faith makes you the same as chattel to be offered at death or killed in so many ways. They in religion call it religious rituals or rites of offerings, sacrifices, oblations of many kinds, both animals and humans as you read in their Torah book of Leviticus and other places. Reread them very closely. Look up each word and you will see the lust for blood and flesh and how much Yahweh of Elohim loves the smell of cooking flesh, sweet savor, Leviticus 6:14-21. That the same for the Muslims' religion. It's the same deities over the Quran as the Torah or Bible, Old and New Testaments, as well as many other scrolls they do not include in the binds of the Bible, or call these books lost scrolls or apocryphal, hidden. Let's take a look at the word the Muslims use for food in Arabic. It is the word tam. It actually means grafting according to the Elias English Arabic Pocket Dictionary. They would never even see that they were being grafted to become food. This is the same word found under Hebrew Strong's 2939, tam, to give to taste, to eat, to feed. They are the same root letters, slightly different pronunciation. This all ties into the grafting of cows, birds etc., that these priests were taught to sacrifice on an altar, and to use the blood as a burnt offering, because God liked the scent or sweet savor. Sounds like a bloodlusting God. This ritual is continued even today in Mecca where thousands of goats are slaughtered or sacrificed and all of them are not even given to feed the poor. As they claim, in Christism, the body of Christ and his blood are symbolically offered and consumed in communion, called the Eucharist. The whole crucifixion was a human sacrifice where Jesus was literally pinned to a cross and stabbed with a spear and the blood ran out of his side. What God needs to be appeased by flesh and blood? Well, physical beings eat physical food. A spiritual being or an angel or even an unseen God of the Muslims would not need to eat flesh. However, an absent God could eat flesh. Being absent means you were here before, on earth physically in order to be called absent. Now you can be unseen after you were absent, yet, you cannot be absent if you were never here or were never present. In Quran 2:3 they use bil gabi, meaning by way of being absent, right now. In Quran 2:29 it states, Allah created all that is in the planet earth, then after that went, he rose upward toward the heavens skies and there made 7 heavens. God came to Abraham in Genesis chapter 18 and ate flesh. Genesis 18:1-4, and the Lord appeared unto him in the plains of Mamre, and he sat in the tent door in the heat of the day, and he lifted up his eyes and looked, and, lo, 3 men stood by him, and when he saw them, he ran to meet them from the tent door, and bowed himself toward the ground, and said, My Lord, if now I have found favor in thy sight, pass not away, I pray thee, from thy servant. Let a little water, I pray you, be fetched, and wash your feet, and rest yourselves under the tree. And he took butter, and milk, and the calf which he had dressed, and set it before them. And he stood by them under the tree, and they did eat. This God appeared, stood, So he had feet and ate flesh. These are very physical attributes for a physical being, according to their own Bible and Quran. This is what I came to teach, that and so much more. Yet, first I must wake my own from that evil spell of ignorance so they will return the religion of others to them and accept what is rightfully theirs, Wu Sabat. That is the reason for me teaching so many religions over the years. I gave what they asked of me until I was able to give what I came to give. So we played many roles, acted out religious rites, dress, prayer and chants. For whenever I stood before them to teach, they would ask me about others' religions and cultures, so I gave them what they wanted until they would learn to want what I came to give. Now, some say I should have just taught Wu Sabat. But if I was to tell a Hebrew Israelite, a Rasta, a Moorish American, Nation of Islam, 5%ers, a Sunni Muslim convert, a Christian and others who believe in their religions, that their beliefs are really from Mesopotamia, that their god or gods are the Anunnaki, or Anakim flesh eaters, Genesis 1-2, and the spirit of Elohim, gods, moved, hovered, upon, over, the face, surface, of the waters. This spirit came down to earth while it was still underwater. The same as in Quran 97:4, the heavenly hosts, all the angels, and the Holy Soul, Jesus, were revealed, and it was granted permission by their Lord, Rab, who controls all things. To Ahmad ben Abdallah in the year 610 AD from where? Then say your Quran tells you from where? Quran 53:49 tells you from Sabadat Sirius Seder system. And surely, he that is, Allah, he is master of the Satyrs of the Sirius, dog star system. They would see it, yet, reject it, and the Quran says in Quran 2:29, he created all in the earth. Then he rose up towards the sky, heaven, and made 7 of them 7 stars of Orion. Job 9:9, which maketh Arcturus, Orion, and Pleiades, and the chambers of the south. John 8:23, and he, Jesus, said unto them, Ye are from beneath, I am from above, Ano, ye are of this world, I am not of this world. Ano means above, or the Sumerian Anu, the Most High. Matthew 6:9, Our Father who art in heaven, Greek Strong's 3772, Oranos. They would not accept what they read. Their God comes down to earth from above, has children who had sex with Adam's daughters. Genesis 6:4, that the sons of God saw the daughters of men that they were fair, and they took them wives of all which they chose. And came again to earth in Genesis 11. Go to, let us go down, and there confound their language, that they may not understand one another's speech. So he appears or can be seen in flesh, Genesis 18:1-18, Genesis 19:1-2, and look where it says in Genesis 18:1, Yahweh, Lord, appeared. Hebrew Strong's 7200, Ra, to be seen, and is the exact same in Arabic's Quran 107:1, Re, see. He could come in flesh and be seen physically right in their holy books, same words. And they still believe their God can't be seen in the Bashar, flesh, and is the same in found under Hebrew Strong's 1320, Basar. Then some as Christians say Jesus is God, Son of God. He came in flesh yet from where? He tells them in John 8:23, I am from above. Again the Greek is Anu. The Sumerians or Mesopotamian Most High Deity, the Heavenly Father, above one, An, highest one, and in Akkadian it's Anu, El, father of Enki, also Shalim, dust, Hebrew Strong 7965. Judges 6:24, and Enlil, also Shakar, Hebrew Strong 7836, in Isaiah 14:12, of the Anunnaki. It's right there, yet they would not accept. So, I took the long way, taught them each religion and language behind it, so they can see for themselves. He would be in the Torah, Genesis 14:19-22, Hebrew Strong's 59:45 and 410, Elyon El, and in Arabic it is Allahu al-Aliyu, Quran. Teaching this way worked so well, that to stop me, you see I'm in a prison in hopes to turn people away from Wu Sabat. Yet, it will not work. Truth is truth and many will come to know this is the Pa-Matatat, the words, actual facts. The spell will be broken. I don't care what they do to my body. The words are out and the spell of demonic religions is cleaned from the minds and hearts of my own people. Now Wu Sabat is spreading world over, and yes, it is working. In time I will make it all clear by way of Pa-Tarak, the way. Now, my name changes as a form of protection against evil forces of Six Ether. You see in ancient times we all had more than one name or tone related to us, as well as attributes and titles. A Renan, name, is a vibration, a sound, that if related to you vibrates when said directed at you, so it enters your being. If you have a name that does not truly relate to your being it can hurt you. That is an actual fact. If you're known by a European tone that is not linked to your soul or ancestors, it can weaken you when you respond to it. The same for foreign religious names or titles, like Arabic or Hebrew names. If African Negroids are not Arabians, so those tones will not help you, nor protect you. In fact, they open you up to their etheric beings on lower levels. The word Arab is from Chaldean Hebrew Strong's 6151, mingle, Arab, meaning mingle, mixed seed. As Ishmael son of Abraham, a Mesopotamian of Ur of Chaldea Persia, and Hagar, an African of Egypt, their son was mixed seed, so they called him an Arab and his seed's tongue was Arabic. If you stood in a hall and many other Arabs were there, and someone calls out Muhammad or Jamila or Ali or Fatima, all the Arabs who were given that name with their Islamic rites or ritual will turn to see who called them. Also, at that same moment all the dead who are near will hear their name and draw near to whomever will open up by saying, "Who me?" So, we had many changes of names in our culture. If you have a Latin or Greek or English name, their dead can enter you. That is the actual fact of the matter. You welcome them by responding to that tone, sound, vibration as a name. And yes, they can enter you and rule your body, make you say or do things you may not have thought to do. So, in our ancient culture we have more than one name and a real secret name. One assigned immediately at birth in darkness, another given in the ear when first taken into the sun's rays. It was an identity in theophoric names, names that incorporate the family deity, up to 5 titles. The secret name should have power over your being. So to know a person's secret name is to have power over them, because this name follows them to the next life. Survival in the next life depends upon your secret name called the good name. So yes, in each school I walked you all through, I took on the name of that language or culture to raise the good spirits of each to help and guide me as I taught. Yet, in these final days in final school you need a good name in Sabaic as a protection and a true title you can live up to. So one to live up to and one to have in the next life. So, if you have an Arabic name from Ansarullah school you should replace it. It is better for you to have a tone that relates to your own ancestors for protection, as well as other religions or slang or nicknames or titles you can't live up to. Remember you are Africans, Negaru Negroids, ancient Kamamu, Egyptians. You should have a name in our own language. Our way of life is the dismantling of all lies and deceptions taught to African people over the last 6,000 years. False beliefs, and opinions of others, Zamat, religions, opinions and the likes that have plagued the minds, hearts and souls of Negaru and put them under a spell of ignorance, a hypnotic spell of amnesia of what and who they are as supreme beings. Our way of life is the right knowledge, the right wisdom, and the right overstanding. It's all factual knowledge, all factual wisdom and all factual over and understanding, both finite and infinite. It's the true science of all sciences, and the science in science. It is the soulful science that existed before the Bible and Quranic records of creation, which is only 6,000 years old from the Sumerian tablets, which are 9,000 years old, such as the Enuma Elish, the Gilgamesh epics, Atrahasis, tablets of Etana and tablets of Ishtar and Tammuz. It has only one birth date record and that is the Negaru Salal, Negroid race of Africans called, once upon a time. It has no beginning, nor end. That is the actual fact, and is therefore the science of the original creative forces and the original soulful and spiritual science of the African little people, Tarites, and all Negaru in general, or genes are real, gene Ral, the real genes of this planet. The first world people or animus of animism, that is linked to our own ancestors. Before time was, we were. Time started here 5.4 billion years ago, onto this Big Bang. It means Wusabat is the science in which and of which this universe was grown. Wusabat existed for a very long time before what you're taught in your Torah, Gospel and Quran about the first man Adam and his wife Eve. The Bible Adam was certainly not the first man on planet Earth, Jeremiah 4:23, note verse 25 says there was no Hebrew, Strong's 120, Adam, man. There was more than one of them. Adam, Hebrew Strong's 120 to 127, Adama, it means ruddy earthling, rosy blush, red, pink. He was not a black man. Quran 15:26 reads, and indeed we, gods, created the amnesia people from a loam out of a blackness to mud substance, one who is a form, shape. It's also used as earth seed of the ground or earthling. So it was not speaking about his skin color. Hamayin means blackness or mud. This is to confuse his race made in the image of pale-skinned extraterrestrial from the Pleiades star system, mentioned in Job 9:9, Job 38:31-32, and Amos 5:8, white-eyed, white fur with transparent skin who are their gods, Lord. Adam and Edom is the same root letters. Who birthed Laban, Hebrew Strong's number 38:35-36, white-skinned lepers, Leviticus 13:2, you see number 120 for man, yet it is Adamites. The lepers of the curse, Genesis 9:25, and he said, cursed be Canaan. A servant of servants shall he be unto his brethren. They claim he was or that one they point to was created from dust, ground, clay, mud or of the earth, because again the true meaning of the word earth has been changed to deceive you. In Hebrew found under Hebrew Strong's 776, it's Eretz, and just means firm, hard, from Sumerian's Eridu, abode built far away, a settlement on this planet established by one called Enki, Ea, Nudimmud and Shumer, Sumer. So it was not the whole planet, it was a place the Bible or Torah calls Nud, Nod, Hebrew Strong's 5113, Nud, Genesis 4:11-16, means to vacate, wander, flee, cast out of, vagabond. Those cast down to earth from above dwelled there, the fallen angels, Nephilim, Genesis 6:4, Revelation 12:8-12, and Ezekiel 28:13-17, so it's a place. Nudimmud once ruled before his brother Enlil or Nun-Amnir. Yet, Adam means ground as Adama, Adama, on which the ruddy race was made in Genesis 1:26-27. The making of a new race of white people as they're called a kind of man, man's kind, man's kin. 4000 BC, that is year 1 of Adam's creation in Genesis 1:26-27 and Genesis 2:7, and grafting of Eve from Adam in Genesis 2:21-24, so the end of the given dominion or rule was only for 6,000 years. From 4000 BC, to 1 AD, to 2000 AD equals 6,000 years. So, to their Lord a day is equal to 1,000 years, and Revelation 22 says the devil will be bound for 1,000 years. Now let's see where they will be. Revelation 12:7-12, cast from above down to this planet Earth, and he did have offspring or a seed, Genesis 3:15. Did his seed mix with Adam's seed? Genesis 6:1-5, are they wicked? Yes, so this Adam or the ruddy race, the rosy race, the red race, the spotted race as you read in Leviticus 13, confirmed spots by Hebrew Strong's 125, from Hebrew Strong's 120, Adam, seen in Leviticus 13:2-19, so the year 2000 AD ended their 6,000-year dominion, rule, Hebrew Strong's 7282, Rada. So in fact, the year 2000 AD is the year hereafter, or one here on earth after the end of the wicked, evil race dominion rule for 6,000 years. So Sabians the year 2000 AD was our year 1, making us now in the year 25 Ha, and that is our way, not their way, be they Jew, Christian or Muslim. In the Arabic of the Muslims' Quran, they use the same word as Hebrew Strong's 776, Eretz, or Ards in Arabic, it is the same meaning, same place. So there were many Mulbanu, whites, earthlings living 6,000 years ago in Mukamamu, blacks, long before in Ghana or Africa. Their names even changed according to Sumer and Jerusalem, Jerusalem, Adam, Sumer, Ataba, Adapa, Egypt, Gabab, Geb. Jerusalem, Eve, Sumer, Ava, Titi, Egypt, Natat, Nut. Jerusalem, Cain, Sumer, Jachm, Cain, Egypt, Sadak, Set. Jerusalem, Abel, Sumer, Asbiel, Abba-El, Egypt, Asar, Osiris. Jerusalem, Seth, Sumer, Gadriel, Sadi, Egypt, Harar, Horus. Jerusalem, Enos, Sumer, Penamu, Enshi, Egypt, Hapap, Hapi. And you can find so many others. This was done to confuse you as to who they are and where they were, as well as when. The flood of the Bible and Quran was not over the whole world. That is the actual fact, not over the whole planet, and there were more than one over other parts of this planet. All who accept their Bible and Quran have been deceived by extraterrestrials playing your God, Ezekiel 28:2-9, deity, Allah, Jah, who was El Shad Hebrew Strong 7700, Shad, Deuteronomy 32:17. He is called Nanner or Sin in Sumer or Akkad, and he has returned. He is here now. It's sad yet it's true. Keep studying Pa Matatat, the words, and Pa Tarak, the way, and it will all become clear to all who read with an open mind. Why? Because truth is truth.